All right, hello and welcome everybody. Today we're going to be talking about game development, networking, assets, and a whole bunch of other just fun game-related stuff. So if you're interested in game development, make sure that you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up button, and ready to just hang out with us and pay attention. Also, we'll be watching chat and stuff and keeping up with everybody there. So I just want to introduce everybody that's going to be on the call with me real quick. I got Jason Story here and Andrew from Infinity PBR. Let's pop them both onto the screen. And I've got a link down below so you can check out Andrew's art on the asset store too. There's all kinds of really cool stuff. And I realized the last time I had him on, we didn't have the link down there. So I need to make sure that it's there so you guys can go check it out. Before we get started, I also just wanted to quickly mention that next week, or I guess throughout this week, I'm going to be releasing some info about a new course that I'm releasing, a new architecture related one. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the description below so you can just sign up for email and get info about that or check out the other courses. Anyway, welcome everybody. Hey, Jason, Andrew, thanks both for being here again. Always awesome talking to you guys and should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, hi.
Good morning.
That was a long, blabby introduction. I just couldn't stop talking there. And somebody said I need a hand waving emoji. Anyway, how have you guys been?
I've been well.
Cool. So,
Sorry,
I guess
work never stops. I'm just in the middle of an email as we were talking, so I'm just finishing that up.
Cool. So yeah, I'd mentioned right when we started there are a couple things I wanted to go over today. So I wanted to briefly talk about some of the assets that are on sale that we didn't mention last week that people had brought up. So we'd asked for comments asked for comments from everybody to just drop in the assets that they were interested in. Because last week we did a whole thing where I don't know how many we covered, like 30 or 40 different assets that were on sale, and we talked about which ones we liked, which ones we thought were worth getting and stuff. Or especially Jason had a ton of, and so did you, Andrew, and I grabbed a bunch of them too. So it was really useful, and there were a couple more that I wanted to go over, but I also wanted to talk about networking and whatever you guys want to talk about and whatever chat wants to talk about. So I don't know if you guys have a preference on where we start. If so, we can kick it off there. Otherwise, we'll just go down the list or ask chat. Anybody got any preference?
Let's just start with the assets.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I guess we'll just dive into the assets first. So there were a couple of things that last week, like I said, we mentioned like 40 different assets, and anybody that wants to see can just go back to the last video. It's all chaptered out now. So thankfully, there was a comment. I forgot who dropped the comment now. Thank you. I've totally spacing on the name now. But there's a comment that lists them all out, so they're all in there. But there are a couple other ones that we didn't mention. And I'm just going to bring them up. In fact, I think what I'll do is I'll bring up the entire sheet, and then we'll just talk about the two that we highlighted that I know I really wanted to talk about and you wanted to talk about, Jason. So I'm going to hit the share button, and I'll see if I can share a Chrome tab real quick with the asset recommendations from comments. And there are, again, a ton of them. You can see right here. In fact, I'll share this this link too so that everybody can see it in just a little bit and make it public so everybody can view it. But the two things that really stood out, at least to me, Doozy UI was one of them because 3 different people mentioned it. And it's something that I know that you've used a lot in the past and recommended quite a bit in the past.
I used to recommend it a lot. Doozy 2 was one that I recommended a lot of people get.
Doozy 2?
I think that's right. I always get the numbers wrong. There was Doozy changed its number at one stage.
Okay.
Let me just check if I have it right.
It might just be called Juicy UI at this point, but they did have a big update a while back.
Asset management. Okay, so this is the one. Yeah. Oh, and good. It's on sale too.
Nice relationship with this because they did a huge system or state design problem. It's where